Over the last few years, a lot of people have invested in cryptocurrencies as they rise in popularity. While it makes sense for some investors, no question some people have made money off it. Local finance expert Mike Martinez talks about some other alternatives this morning. Mike, good morning to you. Part of your point here is that, there's no question. I know somebody who just had a profit with a car from cryptocurrency. But for the most part, your argument is don't look at cryptocurrencies as your retirement plan. It's riskier than that?
Yes. John, it is risky, and it is something in the future. But the best way to explain it to your viewers very simply is that it's an internet credit. In other words, it's just like gold and silver. It's not tangible. We don't buy gold and silver and actually bring it to the home. So cryptocurrency is a credit online. It may take off. It may get popular. It may not. But there is some risk in it. I would not do that. I would look more to the traditional, the S&P, life insurance, and other stocks.
Well, but there's no disputing that people are making money off it in some cases. But your argument is it's just risky in the long run.
A lot of people made a lot of money in web.coms, until they finally crashed and burned. So, yeah, you have to be very careful.
All right. So one of the things you suggest is a low-cost S&P 500 index fund. What would be involved in that?
So let me explain the difference between, there's a few different investments out there. So if you want the non-risk and more the people getting closer to retirement are looking at the index types of annuities that indexes you to the market without risking your principal. And it's a formula where the company buys a stock option to represent you. And whatever the performance of the stock market is, that's how they credit you and pay you interest on your money. An index fund is a mutual fund that you purchase. So there is still some forms of risk and some cost. And then you have the ETFs are a 24-hour tradable type of stock. So the other ones are during market hours. The mutual funds and stocks, the ETF, you could trade 24 hours a day.
We saw life insurance policies on the screen. A lot of people who may be new to this, younger people may not realize, in all cases anyway, that the tax man doesn't come at you with your life insurance policy in the same way that he does with other investments.
John, think of a farmer. In my presentations, when I do seminars, I have this one little corny saying, but it makes sense. A farmer told me a long time ago, Mike, I'd rather pay the taxes on the seed than on the crops. And what we mean by that is the money you put in life insurance is after-tax dollars. So later, when you get ready to retire, and there's certain types of products. Now, there's a lot of different types of life insurance, so you need to get with an expert who's in the insurance industry that understands this. But you can make deposits each and every year like you do in a 401k, not pay taxes on any of that growth, and then later when you retire, you can draw that money out tax-free. This has become a very hot market for that 40 to 55-year-old range of age, and even 30-year-olds are getting involved in starting it, because they need to have life insurance for protection. Now they got the best of both worlds using it as a retirement plan.
Sure, and the younger you are, the cheaper it is to buy. All right, so
absolutely.
Index annuities is your last one. Tell us, if you would, about that.
And the fixed index annuities, John, this is a hot button. This is my wheelhouse. This is where people that come to me and say, okay, Mike, I'm scared of the market. I'm scared of the volatility, but I like the returns of the market. It's a contractual agreement with an insurance company that will guarantee your principal, but then participates in the market for you, like I said earlier, buying a stock option. And then they use the market as a gauge to determine what rate of return to pay you on your money. And you can index to, different sectors, S&P, NASDAQ, Bloomberg, BlackRock. There's a lot of choices. But the concept on that one is that your principal and your gains are locked in and guaranteed, and they cannot fluctuate and go down with the market.
So all the point is, a lot of this stuff doesn't make headlines, but it may be a smarter idea in the long term.
Definitely.
Mike Martinez, thanks as always, Mike. We appreciate it.
Thank you.